All right, so what do you need to know? Product knowledge. Product knowledge is a great enthusiasm. It gives you excitement to know you know what you're talking about. You can't make a statement. When I'm with a customer, I'll make a statement with confidence. Because if you can't make it with confidence, they can't believe you. If they don't think you know more than they do about it, you're never going to get them to trust you. Knowing product knowledge is empowering. I mean, I know about my competitors, but I know what's going on in the world, the web. All right, so we have to have product knowledge for confidence, personal satisfaction, that you can talk as an expert. So you can talk confidently with other experts so that you can answer all the objections effectively. Because the more you know about your product, the more advantages your prospect will discover in it. If you can't tell them about the advantages, how can they find them? To compete effectively. You can't compete against your competitor without knowing everything about them. Everything. Self-assurance, knowing you're a professional. Product knowledge, you can gain confidence of your prospects, which is probably the most important thing. If they don't think you're competent, they're not going to be with you. Without knowledge of your competitor, you will not know the information your client is telling you. I get 50,000 homes in Troy from ABC Company for $300. Knowing that Troy only has 32,000 homes, it tells your client that he's misinformed. That word's important, misinformed. And we've caught a lot of our competitors misinforming our customers, saying they're doing this when it's not. There's a company that we're competing with now that's in the Home magazine in Detroit, and they're saying that their median income is $125,000. They're going to about 180,000 homes. Well, that's funny because there's only 22,000 in the entire city of Detroit that has a median income of 125. So I don't know how they're reaching 180, but it sounded really good in her media kit. Okay, what should you know about your product? You should know how all the uses and how it can benefit your prospect. Why it's superior, at least in some respect, to that of your competitors. So let me ask you a question. This will make a point for you. We have DALs, right? Detached address label postcards. Okay? Can anybody give me the advantage of doing our DAL over mailing out my own postcard?
Time, cheaper.
Let's just do one at a time. Okay, somebody said cheaper. Who said that? Okay, so it's less expensive. We don't do cheaper here. Okay.
One-stop shop for print mail.
Okay, so it takes out some of the work, okay? What else?
It stands above the mail. Our postcards are bigger.
No,
The mail is
I can mail out a bigger postcard myself.
Got to print 'em.
See, this is product knowledge. The fact is that if you mail out your own postcard, the post office has 9 days to get it in the home. There's 3 stops in any type. It goes from the sectional to the bulk center to the DDU, which is the postal service, which is the actual post office, direct delivery unit they call it. In each of those stops, the post office by law has 72 hours. So that's 3 days. So technically they have 3, 6, 9 days to get your piece out. So if you mailed it on Friday and you wanted it for next Wednesday, there's a good chance it's not going to get in the home. With our DALs, the post office has to mail it at the same time as our product. And since we're such a big provider to the post office, they know the dates we're hitting. So our books will hit Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and so will your DAL. So you have a 3-day window instead of a 9-day window. So what you're getting is first-class delivery at half the price. Now that's product knowledge. If I say that to somebody, how much more confidence are they going to get with me to do it? How many more things just like that don't you know? So how do you gain product knowledge? Our training site, asking questions, read publications like Direct Marketing News, Ad Age, Brand Week, other periodicals in the field. Find out what's going on in the world. Obtain knowledge of all forms of advertising related to us, internet, radio, TV, billboards. But you know, product knowledge about the post office. Do you know the different pricing fields that there are in third-class mail, in standard class mail? Do you understand the different points of entry as it relates to the postal system? Can I save money? Do you understand the difference between high density, saturation, basic mail? Do you understand what zip plus 3 is? Guess you should start learning some stuff, huh? You know, now, is that critical? Yeah, you can probably do this business without it, but you know, if I'm a professional, so I'll give you an example. I'm with a customer and the person says they're doing this. That's exactly what they're doing. They're mailing these things out. They're mailing 100,000 of them. And they're doing it twice a year. It was for a program that they're doing. So right away, if I take and I put the, I know for them to print the piece that they're doing, and I've showed this with all the salespeople, but I know their printing costs are somewhere around 15 cents a piece for a 4-color piece, okay? 150 bucks a thousand. 4-color, 2-sided, they were doing this flyer, putting this many out. So I know that they're spending about $40,000 each time they're mailing this. And I can figure this in my head because it's 40 cents, 100,000, boom, done. So I said to him, if I was able to show you for the same amount of investment, you could reach 600,000 homes 6 times for the same investment that you're doing this now, would you be interested? What do you think she said? She certainly would listen to me, wouldn't she? But if I didn't have the product knowledge of how much it costs to mail and or print that piece, I couldn't have made a statement like that, could I? Knowledge is powerful. With the salesperson, that went right over their head. When she said she was mailing 40,000 or 100,000 pieces, right away I knew it was 40 grand. So that's what I mean by power is knowledge, and you have to know. So you have to know what's going on at the post office. You have to keep that notepad in your car. It's the best way to learn. Write down all the stuff that you have. You have to know the knowledge of the timetables of us and your competitors. What a great time. Clipper in this market only mails 9 times. That means 3 months they're not running. What 3 months are they? Anybody tell me?
December.
Okay.
I don't know yet. It's July.
If you don't know, shame, 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 shame on you. Okay? What you need to do is figure out where you can, if you're trying to get a person to try you, hey, if it's during a month that's really good for them, go and convince them to run. Hey, they're not running in June. June's a good month for you. Why don't you try us that month? They got the dollars, right? You got to know the timetables. Be familiar with their closing dates and their competitors and everything. And then knowledge of your financing. Obviously, you need to know how to make things work. I'm going to tell you a perfect example of this. I called a client. Like as I told you, I got back in sales, so I was calling some old clients. I called this guy. Hasn't run with us a year. I saw him in our competitors, and I know the guy. I said, Dan, what are you doing running with them? You got it. Well, my manager said I could da-da-da-da-da. So I said, hey, let's get together. Okay, so I got together. We went through his budget. He only had $3,000 to spend. Well, it was January, and they had to do a big launch in 2 of their stores or 3 of their stores. And I had 6 back covers available. But it was $4,800 or $4,275. So he said he had $3,000 to spend for 3 months, $9,000. So what I did is I put together this program. It was $4,275 for the first month, and it was half a page in 6 zones, $395 times 6, so 23 something for the other months. So what I did is I put them all together and was able to charge them $3,000 a month. It came out to $9,007. So I charged him $3,000 a month, and he got what he wanted. We got what we wanted. You can do those things. You make it a marketing program for them.